I'm still a bigger Joey fan than you. I still am, and that's about it. And subscribe now instead of at the end of the video. Anyways, so this song's in standard tuning, and I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I know it's been a while since I posted. I've just been trying to balance work and school, and then also giving myself some time to relax. Also been playing Hollow Knight because I wanted to buy a Silk Song, but I also want to save up for a car. But I know it's crazy, like Silk Song's only like $20, but I'm like, got a budget, and then I buy this thing. Like, this is made in Japan too. But anyways, I'm kind of a hypocrite. So on to the tutorial. So we're in standard tuning, and the beginning starts off with this power chord on the 5th fret. Now I'm gonna bring up power chords and octave chords. If you don't know what those are, then go find out. But I don't feel like telling you every single time like where they are on the fretboard. I'm just gonna say like where the bass notes are, and then the chords pretty much stay the same. They're pretty simple and self-explanatory. The only times I'll explain them is when they're a little different, like this one that's in the song, but we'll get to that. Or like this one. Alright, so the song starts off with the power chord on the 5th fret with all the open strings. So you want to slide from 5 to 7, and then you go from 2 to 3. Right? Got it? And then the next part is this chord that'll be used very often. I'm just gonna call it I think it's the 7th chord. Just don't hate on me for that. Correct me in the comments, but I actually have no idea what chord this is. But anyway, 7th fret E string, and then 9th fret A string, and then 11th fret D string. So this chord, right, gets used often. So you want to play it open again, this chord open. Most of these chords you can play open, or you can play dynamically, or you want some of the bass notes to ring out. It's up to you. But most of these chords, like, they have like open, and in certain parts of the songs is when you're hearing more of the bass notes. So right now we're just gonna play this chord. So it's that chord from the 7 to the 3rd, of the power chord. So it's a 3rd power chord on the E with the open strings. So after you play that, so this is what we have so far. And this is when it starts to get like a little bit more clean tone, just a little bit overdriven instead of super fuzzy. But I'm just gonna keep it distorted, so we're gonna go from here. And then this same chord, you wanna move it down to the 3rd. This chord, then you come back this way, right? But instead you don't play the bass note. So you play that out, listen to the song, play it out, and then and then we're gonna come back to this. So same way that we started from the intro, but then we want to play an octave on the A string of the 3rd fret, and then you want to move it to the E string, and then this chord that you played right here, right, you just move it down to the A, and then move it down to the 3rd, right, and then you want to play the open B, then play open B, and then you want to go from here to the 5th. And then this is when you're ending that little like chorus part, and this is the chorus that this is the chord that ends like the chorus part. So it's 2nd fret D string, and then 4th fret G string, and then you want to play that open, so it goes. Then you want to go back to this little verse part, and then instead of going from here to here, you go from here to just play it out. And then this is when it changes, so it plays this like little G shape, so it's a 3rd fret E string, and then 2nd fret G string, and then 3rd fret B string. Right? Play that out, listen to the song, and then you're gonna go from like the intro again. And then like the intro, you want to play this again. And then just like the verses, you go. And then you're gonna go back to that part from the, so you go from, and it's pretty much the same thing all around. And then now we're getting to the outro. So this is, and then just listen to the song. It's literally just those 2 chords. And then sometimes it'll just stay on here. And then that's pretty much the song. I know I was being kind of vague, but I wanted to go fast. But that's about it. Anyways,